Did you know that Herbert Hoover, the 31st President of the United States, was the first president born west of the Mississippi River? In the small town of West Branch, Iowa, in 1874, Hoover's life began in a humble Quaker family. Tragedy struck early, with the loss of both his parents by the time he was just 9 years old. Suddenly an orphan, he was sent to Oregon, a world away from the familiarity of his Iowa home, to live with his uncle. These early years marked by hardship and loss served as a crucible, forging the character of a future leader. His experiences instilled in him a resilience and an indomitable spirit that would become key elements of his personality and his approach to life. These were the humble beginnings of a man who would rise to the highest office in the land. From these humble beginnings, Hoover was destined for greatness, unbeknownst to him. Ever wondered where Hoover got his problem-solving skills? Let's delve into his career as an engineer. After his humble beginnings, Hoover's journey took him to Stanford University, where he studied geology, laying the foundation for his future career as a mining engineer. His work led him around the globe, from the Australian outback to the frozen tundra of Siberia, solving complex mining problems with a keen eye and a sharp mind. He even found himself in China during the Boxer Rebellion, using his engineering skills in the midst of political turmoil. But his career was not just about technical prowess. Hoover's business acumen allowed him to amass a fortune, turning hard rocks into hard cash. His engineering career was more than just a profession, it was a stepping stone, honing the skills that would later serve him in the political arena. Hoover's engineering career was just a stepping stone to his true destiny. But did you know Herbert Hoover was not only an engineer but also a renowned humanitarian? Beyond his engineering prowess, Hoover's true character was revealed during the tumultuous years of World War I. As Europe was ravaged by war, Hoover emerged as a beacon of hope, leading extensive food relief efforts across the continent. He orchestrated the delivery of millions of tons of food to starving populations, saving countless lives in the process. Back home, under President Wilson's administration, Hoover took on the role of U.S. Food Administrator. He implemented measures to conserve food domestically, ensuring that those abroad had enough to eat. His work was not just about physical sustenance, but also about uplifting spirits in dire times. Hoover's name became synonymous with compassion and aid in a world torn apart by conflict. Indeed, Hoover's humanitarian efforts were a testament to his character. His work was a shining example of the power of human empathy and the difference one person can make in the world. And so, from engineer to humanitarian, Hoover eventually found himself in the highest office of the land. But how did that happen? In 1928, the nation elected Herbert Hoover, the 31st President of the United States. His presidency, however, was quickly marred by the onset of the Great Depression, an economic crisis of unprecedented scale. Hoover, an experienced engineer and humanitarian, now faced the daunting task of steering a nation through an economic storm. He believed in the resilience and self-reliance of the American people, and this belief shaped his policies. He initiated public works projects, fostered cooperation between government and business, and advocated for reforms in banking and the stock market. However, despite Hoover's efforts, many felt that he was not doing enough to combat the Depression. Criticism mounted as unemployment soared and living conditions worsened. Hoover's presidency, unfortunately, is often overshadowed by the Great Depression. So, what is the legacy of Herbert Hoover, the orphan from Iowa who became the 31st President of the United States? Herbert Hoover was a man of many talents. From his early days as a determined engineer, he displayed an uncanny knack for solving problems and overcoming challenges. This resilience would serve him well in the realm of humanitarian work, where he tirelessly labored to provide relief for those affected by the ravages of war. As the 31st President, Hoover faced the daunting task of leading the nation during the Great Depression. His presidency was not without its controversies, but his commitment to public service never wavered. In his post-presidential life, Hoover continued to contribute to his nation through the Hoover Commission, streamlining government operations at a time of great need. Hoover passed away in 1964, leaving behind a legacy of service and dedication. Herbert Hoover, a testament to the American dream, truly lived a life of service to his country and the world.